Good dog, and welcome back to the Norwegian campaign in Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. So let's see, looks like we are gonna be successful in invading southern France next turn, but first there's a battle here. We got 3 stupidly expensive French destroyers. And I've got quite enough ships on my side. I think Orm can do this on her own, actually, without much trouble. Alright, let's see here. I don't think I will need the 2 destroyers. The J-48s have proven to not be as good at fighting enemy destroyers as I hoped they would be when designing them. Even after the refits, they're a little bit lackluster. Embla is of course good. She's always done good. A little bit of lag here. In every convoy battle she's been in. But Orm is just better. Faster, more firepower, better like fire control stuff. So and better torpedo spotting. Let's see, we're gonna do the typical thing, launching torpedoes at the transports, and then hope the enemy destroyers find themselves in the path of the torpedoes. Which they might, or they maybe not. Hard to tell. Let's see, they've got 11 kilometer, oh, let's see, let's say 12 kilometer torpedoes, to be on the safe side. Still haven't scored many hits. I might get some with the torpedoes, though. Yeah, there we go. Acti took one. She launched some torpedoes in return. But they're not gonna hit me because I saw them coming. They're not gonna catch me with those. They got more loaded though, ready to go. And they have a lot of guns. You've now launched. Let's easily avoid those as well. My own torpedoes are getting blown up. Not too worried. Don't think I will need them. Are we gonna use those main guns soon? There we go. Put both the mains and the secondaries on Trombe. I can put the secondaries on Forbin, because it's the closest one. And Trombe is just gonna disappear soon. You better not have any secret torpedoes. That's fine. Surrendered. You can see almost all the damage I took was to my torpedo launchers. So they do make my ship a little bit more vulnerable to this kind of low to mid caliber fire. There we go. All enemy ships are sunk or surrendered. And these were some pricey enemy destroyers, so that was nice bunch of victory points. All right, let's see. We got some spare shipbuilding capacity here. Let's see. It's been a few days since I played. Let's see what is suspended here. All of these ships are being built. Many of them are going to be finished soon. We got one suspended battleship, 61,000 tons. And another suspended battleship, 51,000 tons. We're going to resume repairs on those. Nice. Very nice. None of these enemy invasions will succeed. This should work because I did sink that huge enemy task force that interrupted it. This is working. And then it's on to invade Western France. Let's see, no more available invasions to launch this turn. That's fine. Let's see what happens in July of 1955. Alright, we got some meetings. We got admirals getting warned and replaced. And ports being struck. Heavy cruiser against a very cheap destroyer. I mean, ideally this would be the kind of battle you just auto-resolved, because it's not much of a battle, but the way that works in this game means that suddenly... Oh, let's see, it's this way. The game might decide that, no, that very cheap destroyer somehow sank your heavy cruiser. Even though that would never happen if you actually played it out. At least they no longer run away. So you don't have the kind of ghost battles you used to get. Yeah, this is not gonna last long. There we go. Smith Thompson. Not even worth anything. And here we go. That is something. It's not nothing. Now, let's see. The battleships seem to be fully loaded, which is of course nice. Let's see, battle cruisers, you can join up in one division. Light cruisers and destroyers just go home. I think the battleships are actually able to do this on their own without help from the battlecruisers, but might as well bring them along. First enemy heavy cruiser is spotted, and I'm pretty sure that's the Macon class we've seen a couple of times. Yeah. Those shots went wide. Yeah, that's right, they're fast, so chance to hit is on the low side. But we're getting closer. We're gonna get one hit here. It's blocked, of course. Let's switch to HE. The big 16s. There we go. Nice bit of flooding. And that should mean its speed will be dropping, especially now with the engine out and everything out, and the ship is on fire and flooding and gone. Let's see, Gungnir, Suur Toll, you got one target each. Didn't launch torps, did you? No. Well, HE proved to be quite effective in taking out that heavy cruiser. That was all 16-inch HE doing that. Well, almost. Let's see, do we have secondary range to hit anything here? Yeah, we do. We got 8-inch secondaries on these battleships. I do like the look of this ridiculous super-duper firing quadruple whopper gun layout. I will keep calling it silly names like that because it is quite silly. Ooh. Are these the very cheap ones? Yeah, they are. The American equivalents of the Corvette gunboat things I designed a couple of episodes ago. At least I'm pretty sure. Because they're similar size and low top speed. Yeah, not a single hit taken. And yes, it does look like we took southern France. Here we go. Toll. And it is a foggy day. But that's okay. You only have a single ship to control. Let's see, where are they? I am spotting them. Somewhere. Alright. Despite the fog, I can see them from 60 kilometers away. Now they're hiding in smoke. Which was fine, because then I could at least go to times 30 game speed. For a little bit. But they're almost in range now. Main guns on Chauncey. Well, this does not have much of a secondary battery. But should they get close? Is this one of those? Yeah, that is one of those super expensive destroyers. That is a much juicier target than the stupid heavy cruiser. Let's not care about that heavy cruiser. Let's get the let's get the destroyer, which is worth like 4 times as much. And it's almost dead already, so yeah, I think it's gone. Let's switch to the cruiser. Can I do quad super firing on this hull as well? I mean, it might be possible. Looks like the 14-inch guns are just perfect for scoring full penetrations on this cruiser. Which is definitely not combat capable anymore. That's quite insane. This enemy destroyer is worth almost as much as this battlecruiser. Let's go with HE now. See if we can just remove the rest of its structure. Might get a fire kill here. Or possibly flooding. Yeah, that's probably going to be flooding. Yep. Alright. And those were the meeting battles of this month. Southern France is mine. Germany tries to be friendly. Let's see, Britain, you've got 49% army logistics. You got 3 ships in total. That's not much of a navy. United States has 14 ships. Also not a whole lot. France has 9. Let's see, what am I taking here? 100%? 100% is going to be done next turn. By the looks of things. How about the army stuff here? 56%. 86. None of these are going anywhere. Some of these might work. Down here in Africa. Let's see, gonna finish off that first. That's 100% too. Come on, there we go. It will either be Brest or La Rochelle, where the invasion is centered on, here in France. Well, you got some stuff in port. Let's see, can I launch that invasion now? I cannot. I can take Corsica. Can I take something from Britain? Scotland, 900,000. Faroe Islands? Yes. Those are mine. Those are mine. Do I have, what was it, 12,000 tons sitting around somewhere? Possibly somewhere. That battlecruiser is a museum ship. Let's send this one. 16,000. Should be enough. And then next month we're gonna open up this one. Now then, convoy battles. We got this again. France is just feeding me victory points with these very expensive destroyers. Well, like last time, this will be mostly autumn doing a solo thing. I think after the war, Embla might be made a museum ship. Because she's done a lot, actually. Don't have a count of how many convoy battles and stuff she's been in. But the reason why France has no light cruisers left is not just because of Embla, but in large part because of her. Let's see. We're gonna do the torpedo thing again. Did get a torpedo hit out of it last time, so it does work some of the time. Not gonna rely on it though, but if I got the torpedoes, I might as well use them. Let's see, aggro. First spread going out. Second spread going out. Enemy transports do not carry torpedoes. They do carry 4-inch guns though. My 3.5s are, well, they might be smaller than 4-inch guns, but having actual warship fire control, they actually hit things. We might get some, we might get lucky with the torpedoes again. Maybe. Ooh, yes, we did. Twice. On the bus. Which is now launched torpedoes. No worries. I saw them in time. They're more of a danger to the transports they are supposed to be escorting than they are to me. Le Mars. Let's take you first. Wait for those guns to swing around. My torpedoes are gone again. Like, on the one hand, I need torpedoes on these light cruisers because if they do end up getting matched up against a heavy cruiser, torpedoes are like their only hope of doing anything. But against destroyers, bar the 2 lucky hits we got at the start by targeting the transports, they don't do much other than making the ship more vulnerable. Taking 11% crew loss because those torpedo launchers got blown up. I mean, it's not a big deal, and this is going to be a comfortable win anyway. And now let's just take out the transports. Which again, not worth as much as the 2 destroyers, which was the main prize. And there goes the last one. Nice. And next one is here. 2 light cruisers against a heavy cruiser. That's not a good matchup, really. Especially not these two. No, because none of them have very good. Well, Helga has some torpedoes, but not many. Ivar does not. They're both slower than Chester, considerably, especially Ivar. They don't have the firepower to go through the armor. They don't have the armor to stand up to the firepower of a Macon class. And I don't even think they have the fire control to hit it reliably because it's going to be going at almost 37 knots. So we're gonna skip that one. I do have a couple of destroyers though. Yager 54 class. I mean, they got 10 torpedoes each. Even though they are, in fact, slower than Texas. I'm not sure if I like this, but give it a try. The one thing Escalating has going for her is the resistance, which I think is on par with, or maybe even higher than whatever the American Macon class has. That might not matter a lot if we start taking a lot of 10-inch penetrating hits. And I think those 10-inch guns will go through much of the armor here. Maybe not the third inner belt. Let's see, what kind of pen do you have on those 10s? Not the third inner belt, but the outer belts are not safe. At least not at any range at which I can fire back. So we might have to rely on these two destroyers to actually do something. What I could also do is just sink the transport, get out, and call that a win. If I can get away with it without losing my destroyers. I'm gonna aim my torpedoes at the enemy transport again, because Texas is just doing donuts. Torpedoes are unlikely to hit. Or I can hope that she decides to charge at my two destroyers and then aim torpedoes directly at it and get it close. She is coming. Okay, we're gonna do that. I'm gonna try and sandwich it between 5405 and 5404. This will not be easy, and I might not get away with it. You're gonna launch now, 5405. There you go. You sank, and your torpedoes will miss. Maybe these will hit. They will not. That was bad. Bad call. I should have gone with my initial plan. Just tried to sink the transport. Or just aim the torpedoes at the transport and hope they hit the cruiser. And I don't think Escalating has much of a chance. You see, maybe try and get it closer. At some point it's gonna decide that I'm too close to ignore, and it's gonna charge straight at my cruiser. Presumably. I took a couple of gun hits, lost some torpedoes, but not really much. Yeah, again, that's down to me hitting the torpedo launchers. Maybe some secondary guns. Okay, you're coming at me now. Might as well fight. Although, yeah, no, not gonna win that one. Probably. I think I will be able to avoid the torpedoes though. Yeah. I'm just gonna have to try and keep a decently flat angle, so that most of the hits are on the main belt. It's just that whenever they launch torpedoes, I have to turn if I don't want to eat them. Are my guns stuck? I have to dodge the torpedo. I don't think I can. Taking too much flooding. Now my guns turn. Might be too late. Yeah, I should probably have just ignored this battle too. Can't really fight heavy cruisers with light cruisers. Can I get it out alive though? Probably not. Or I guess I can, because that end battle thing just showed up. Alright. Another convoy battle here, and this time I get a heavy cruiser as well. Famous! That's a new one. That is a brand new enemy heavy cruiser class. Or maybe an older one that I just haven't seen before. But I think it's new. Definitely gonna send the destroyer home here though. And just let Skirnir do the job. Now that enemy cruiser only had, was it 6 or 7 inch guns? And it was not super fast. It was not a 37 knot speed monster like the Macon class. Yeah, 6.2 inch guns. Let's take a look. Electric torpedoes. Short range, small caliber main guns. Only Citadel 3. This seems like a downgrade over the Macon. But that's fine. So I guess once I'm done with more of the naval invasions, what I want to do is put some of my my battlecruisers in ports, so they can start generating these kind of convoy missions, and they can start taking care of the enemy heavy cruisers that are escorting the transports. I'm gonna let the secondaries take care of the transports. Once I get closer, these don't have torpedoes, do they? They do. 18-kilometer torpedoes, 21 inch. Okay. So I have to like do torpedo dodging. And the thing is, they've got 11 transports, so that's a lot of torpedo launchers. Okay, luckily I'm picking this enemy cruiser apart. You've launched torpedoes. Let's turn around. Hopper is down. Yeah, we're scoring floating hits and good damage on Los Angeles. Gertrude is launched. At least from one side. Yeah, this class is easier to deal with than the Macons. In fact, I think the transports themselves might be a bigger threat than the enemy cruiser. So who's escorting who here? Yeah, Los Angeles pretty much combat ineffective. Need a little bit more flooding on her. And it should get gone. I almost thought I was Charles Bronson, but it's not. Los Angeles is gone. Might still have a death wish though. Whoa, that was close. I should have paid more attention there. But close. Pushes no man off the horse, said the guest to the priest at the Christmas party. And just 2 transports left. Yeah, it was not a very good ship they made here. And with my secondaries and the 4-inch guns on the transport going off, frames per second down in single digits. That's how it goes. But there we go. Done. Alright. And very little damage taken in return. That's what I like to see. And there's one more convoy. Ah, no, that's the one I'm not gonna do. Let's not throw away more of our light cruisers. But once this is done, let's see. You got some. You got a ship here. That's another Macon class, I think. Yeah, 16,800. So probably gonna encounter that. Yeah, once this is done, these battlecruisers here will disperse into different ports. Because I don't think I have the tonnage to take any more like big naval invasions against the US. Because the remaining territories they have here in the mainland US is just gonna require way too much. So not gonna do that. But I will take the Gulf Coast though. Let's see what happens next turn. Or no, wait, actually let's not. Let's design a battlecruiser. Okay, I'm not going to be able to build it this turn, but let's design it anyway. I want to see if I can do quadruple super firing on that hull. Let's see, max it out, and I'm gonna add to the beam here. I typically don't do that on battlecruisers because I like them sleek, but this hull is well, it is very thin to begin with, so 36 knots max optimal speed. Let's start with that and see where we need to go, or how far we can go, rather. So we got a bunch of different pagoda towers. I think that's the one that... Oh, it can actually be put way back here. Interesting. Interesting. Funnels. Yeah, no. This is where the pain is. This has 113. Is that like the highest I can go? These are kind of small. That is not very small. If I get a secondary tower with a funnel slot, is that one that only fits the tiniest one? No. It can fit the slightly bigger ones, but not the biggest ones. We can do this. 85.9%. It's not very good. But if I go diesel 79, that is worse. If I go turbo electric and then balanced boilers, how about forced? That does work. Of course, there's also the option of going with that is a huge tower. That will not give me enough room for what I want to do. It doesn't even fit the biggest funnel. Japanese funnels, man. They're just too big. I'm gonna go with this one. I think it's got the best stats. 33 and 62 long range. 29 and 94 long range. That's pretty nice. Yeah, we're gonna do that one. I might ditch that tower, go with a like a tower like that. And then let's see, this one 113. Like so, and then back to balanced. Yeah. Whoa, whoa, come on, come on. There we go. Nice. Alright, so turbo electric and balanced, which is nice because of a lot of different factors. 1.3 and 27,000 tons. If I went with gas turbines, that saves me a lot of money. And some weight. It's not quite as good though. Minus 35 engine damage chance. Minus 40 smoke interference. Plus 45 acceleration. Plus 40 ship repairs. Plus 200% acceleration. Plus 10% ship repairs. Oh, wait. Plus 40% ship repairs for engines. This one has plus 75. And plus 10 for all modules. Minus 60 smoke interference. And minus 20 maintenance cost. Yeah, no. Minus 40% engine vibration, minus 60% engine vibration. Yeah, no, we're sticking with the turbo electric. It's a little bit heavier, but it comes with so many advantages. Let's see, what was the range here? Yeah, 19,000. With turbo electric and balanced. Not quite as light still, but I get a lot more range. Even at minimum. So, yeah. $27,969. And this one, auxiliary 4, is lighter. Alright, I think we're gonna, you know, be able to build the ship I want to build anyway. Even if this engine option is a little bit heavier. It's not that much heavier. Let's, can I go 16s on this? Let's do single. Let's do single barrels. I haven't done that on a, that's not the barbette I wanted. Here it is. Haven't done that on a capital ship yet. At least not in this campaign. So that all works. Let's see. Come on, stop being fiddly. I want it just a little bit further forwards. No. I guess I cannot free place it. It has to like slot into one of those points here. Fair enough. Oh, there it worked. Okay, so we're gonna have 3 guns super firing aft. Maybe some kind of secondary here. And up front, that's the reason why I pushed that tower so far back. That did work, yes. That did work. Hang on, can I do I can't do 5, can I? Blimey. I think I might. I think I might be able to pull that off. It's my greatest trick yet. If I can just find a barbette that is tall enough to super fire over that low profile barbette. It says very tall. I'm not sure if it is. It is not. Not very tall enough. Super tall barbette. That's kind of huge. But you know what? If it fits... If it fits, it sits. I did not think I would be able to get away with that, but somehow I did. So we're not going to get a secondary gun super firing over the X turret, I guess it would technically be. Don't pull everything. Stop that! I don't want to move everything. I just want to move the tower. Gosh. I hate it when the things like stick together when I don't want them to stick together. I was just gonna move the main tower back a couple of pixels and everything just gonna move that barbette forwards like so. Yes. That's a little bit like oversized for that turret, but whatever. Alright. Let's build the rest of the ship and see what can be done, what we can get away with. Oh, overweight. Darn it. Yeah, it's got a lot of armor to begin with, so we can reduce that. Gonna go increased HE on the main shells. Double capped. Heavy, increased, tube, TNT. I'm quite a bit overweight now. Might have to go with those gas turbines. Anyway. Maybe. Or maybe just reduce the torpedo protection. This is still not a very high resistance hull, so it doesn't matter that much. I'll mainly take that for the resistance buff. Let's see, if we now go with the gas turbines. That did save some weight. Not as much as I had hoped, but it did save some weight. Let's do 2 on the third inner belt. That's good enough. And then 10 on the main belt. It's kind of thin, but we're relying on this. And oh, there we go. The deck armor took up a lot of that weight. So there we go. Might we get away with the turbo electric now anyway? Maybe. Let's see what I can do with the armor here. Not much, because I do want my turret armor. We're just going to pretend barbette armor is not needed as much. I mean, 0% flash fire chance, so is it really a big deal? I do want longer barrels though. How long can I make these? I mean, they still fit with 61 caliber. Let's make them 60. That's a more even number. Because deck penetration seems to not be a thing anyway, so you know what? We're gonna nix this turret here, because it looks kind of silly on that tiny barbette. We're gonna have to keep that one though, because that's the whole theme of the ship. I have to put a secondary gun of some kind there. Should I go with a lighter main tower? That's 1,000 tons for a funnel? I didn't notice that. Yeah, these are all super heavy. Can go super dual funnel 1. It's a bit lighter. Not much, but a little bit. The tower is not actually that heavy. Even as big as it is. I want to keep it just because it's like big and imposing. Let's reduce the torpedo protection further. I guess let's actually go with the gas turbines, as was the initial plan. Now let's see. Can we make it go 37 knots? Weight did not increase that much. Like, this is still doable. I need to like shave off some weight somewhere, but we're not into like astronomical weight gains yet. 40 is the maximum that the game allows. Range is now complete poop, but 38 is like actually doable. Let's just keep it at 36 though. Now the range is complete ass. Well, it's workable, I guess, but still. I mean, quintuple super firing for all the corners that have to be cut to achieve this. It's still somewhat impressive, right? Let's go down to semi-auto. Save a bit of weight. And maybe that allows for just a little bit more anti-torp. Can we squeeze in some... I have to keep it at anti-torp too, because I want to squeeze in some secondary guns here. None of these spots actually fit anything. But we got a 7-inch gun there. That is something. The 2-inch guns actually fit somewhere. So we're gonna have to add some of those. Let's see, 5-inch guns? No, not even on the tower. 3-inch guns. How about 4? They fit there. Can they fit here? No. The barbette things are in the way. Well, if that's what I get for secondary guns on this hull, oh, there we go. Yeah, 2-inch guns. They're not super useful, but nothing else fits, so that's what we get. 7-inch turret, you got a lot of top armor. You probably don't need that. I'd like you to have a little bit more side armor though. A little bit more barrel length. There we go, 55. Let's make you a 7.5. As is the custom. Alright. That poor 4-inch gun can become a 4.9 and receive a little bit of armor. How long is it? 55 already. Nice. And I guess that's it. It's a weird ship, but this hull is kind of weird. There's so much room here where it looks like you should be able to fit a lot of stuff, secondary guns and whatnot, and you just can't. You can fit torpedoes here, but I'm not gonna. There we go. Let's save it. I'm not too thrilled But if all my enemies keep building ships with single-inch guns, granted mostly cruisers, not seen them do that with the capital ships yet, it is worth investigating. And also quintuple super firing. It's a thing. And that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this weird creation. Yeah. It is weird. But, again, quintuple super firing. Goodbye, and take care.